Today we're going to be dining at this spot right in the middle of Vietnam's Chinatown, Ho Chi Minh City, the Cho Lon area, Ngoc Y Sui Cao. This is a restaurant that specializes in egg noodles with the sui cao. Now, my family is from a Cantonese background and I can actually understand a little bit of this cuisine. So sui cao, or a shui jiao in Chinese and Mandarin, is a type of dumpling where they put like pork and shrimp next to it. And it's funny because I can actually read the Chinese here. The first word is jade. In Mandarin it's yu, but in Cantonese it's ngoc. So, and the second word is yi, so it's ngoc yi. And same in Vietnamese, right Dan?
Yeah, I mean, I can only read Ngoc Y.
Oh, almost the same. And we have sui cao. Let's see how similar a Chinese sui cao is to a Vietnamese one, or maybe it's the same thing. Let's check it out. Alright, so we got their menu here. They have Vietnamese and Chinese on the menu, as well as the prices, as well as pictures too along the wall. Wow, these look amazing.
Alright, so I think ActionKid here found a winner. This spot looks really good. It's a big establishment. So this is the menu, around 75K each. So there's dry sui cao, and then like sui cao with squid, fish balls, sasil. We just got the regular to showcase, and some fried sui cao. Alright, so we couldn't wait. We have this fried sui cao here as an appetizer. Let's try it out. Looks good. Ooh, looks super crispy. I think ActionKid here found a winner. This spot looks real good.
Alright, we have a fried sui cao dish here. This looks good. Got that sauce in here. Yeah, this looks extra crispy. I wonder how crispy it's gonna be.
Whoa, I see the shrimp in there.
This is good, man. That sauce, amazing. Lightly tangy, a little bit fruity, a little spicy. Good amount of pork and shrimp in here. Excellent, folks. This is a winner for sure.
So our dish is here. Dried sui cao and noodles. Oh, so we got our sui cao mini noodles here. This is the dry one. So it looks like some green onions, the boiled sui cao, the dry noodles with some sauce, has some crispy onions on top, garlic maybe, pepper. Got soup to eat it with. Whenever you get it dry, it comes with a soup. And we got the main one here. So the regular sui cao noodles, so it has the sui cao on top. Looks like some ground meat, bok choy, onions, and soup. All right, guys, super excited to try this place. I think ActionKid here found a winner. Yeah, come on. So this spot is really popular. I've been in Vietnam long enough to know like which street, just by looking at it, or which spot on the street is popular. It's usually the one with, it's kind of common sense, with a bunch of people, the biggest establishment. Because this whole street, Vietnam is so fun, you guys. I've been telling ActionKid this like every time we've been doing this food tour. Like whenever there's like one popular spot for a food, my dad was telling me this too. There's like a bunch of duplicate shops like that sells the same thing that opens up right next to them, because down this whole street it's all sui cao shops. And I guess it's a good thing if you guys like sui cao and you guys just want to try a bunch of options. But this one's one of the most popular, one of the biggest, probably the biggest, and it looks amazing. So We got a little bit of everything here. We got the Sui Cao mini noodles, the wet one, like the typical one. And then we got this one, which is the dried noodles. It comes with a sauce, but the dried noodles come with the soup as well. Vietnamese dishes are very complete. It usually comes with like a soup, veggies, and we got an appetizer, the fried Sui Cao for safe measure. Let's try it out. ActionKid already tried out a piece. So I'm gonna take a piece without the sauce and then dip it. Actually, I'll dip it first. Bowl here. Let's try this out. Wow, that is extremely crispy. Hot, came straight out of the fryer. We left it here for almost 10 minutes and it's piping hot. It almost burned my mouth. If you guys don't know what Sui Cao is, it's like a Chinese dumpling of sorts, but we are in Vietnam. This is one of the biggest Chinatowns in the world, so this is kind of like a Chinese Vietnamese fusion spot. But if you guys notice, I mean, not all Asian countries are the same, but we are in Vietnam, so it has that Vietnamese charm. But this whole area looks a little bit different. There's some Chinese lanterns, there's Chinese letters, characters everywhere. So Sui Cao is pretty much a Chinese dish. So I would say that you guys will get the best Sui Cao around here. I'm not sure, I haven't tried all the Sui Cao, but this Sui Cao is amazing, 10 out of 10. Because the outside is like crispy like a wonton. You hear that crunch? And then extremely crispy and airy fry on outside, and the inside there's a bunch of meat filling and there's shrimp as well. So it's like a pork, meatball, and shrimp in one. Look at this crunch. Hear it. That is very crispy. I don't know if you felt this, ActionKid, but I guess somewhat of like an eggy flavor from it. Maybe it's battered in egg yolk or something.
I did feel that, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Hey, while I'm out, why not try the Sui Cao, the regular Sui Cao, which is usually boiled. Let's try the dry noodles first. Yeah, noodle pool here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that bad boy. Well, actually, I'm gonna get a picture. Oh, look at this noodle pool. So it already has like a dry sauce on here. Well, the sauce is not dry. This is the dry noodles, but whenever it's dried, it comes with like a seasoning on it. Get one big piece here. Ooh, all right. Let's try the dry noodles. Has like some crispy onions on top. Yeah, I'm just taste the dry noodles. Oh my gosh. Extremely dense, flavored to perfection. The sauce, it's like a little sweet garlic soy, but it's not too sweet or salty. It's actually very oily, like in a good way, like a lot of oils on the meat. Almost like an egg pasta. It's very thin, each noodle strand, but it's extremely dense and eggy. All right, so let's try with the Sui Cao. So I'm gonna dip it in the dry noodle sauce. So that's the main difference. Oh, I see little pieces of like minced pork or crispy pork belly. Try this out. Extremely soft. It's just the shell. The shell of the Sui Cao, very unique. It's like very thin. It's wrapped in it, fresh. I'm pretty sure these are handmade because you can see like each one of them are uneven. You can tell it's like hand wrapped and made when they're uneven. Great attention to detail in the Sui Cao by itself. Some people just go here and just get the Sui Cao. But this one has some of like the dry noodle sauce on it, so it gives it like that garlic sweet soya glaze on it, but it's very balanced. It's just very doughy, eggy. Like you don't taste like too much saltiness on it. It's great. Ooh, look. So there's some pork belly or minced pork in it. Oh man, you gotta try this ActionKid. That's like crispy pieces of pork belly. So, yeah, like I said, attention detail. Little details like this really makes the dish. Oh, crispy, fatty. But the reason why you'll get this if you guys like the dry noodle sauce on here and garlic sweet soy. But yeah, the key is the sui cao. Sui cao is amazing, spongy, nice chew, soft. Ground pork, minced pork, and shrimp in there. Oh man, amazing. That sauce is great. It's like a garlic sweet soy oil. You know how like in pasta, like some pastas can just be with like oil, like olive oil? It's kind of like that with the egg noodles. Ooh, but let's try this soup. So this soup comes with the dry sui cao. So you could either like pour it on the noodles or eat it separate. I got it dry for a reason, so I'm gonna eat it separate. So there's also some crispy pork belly in here too, but in the soup. Mmm. Comforting. Like a pork bone broth. Fatty, and you get little bits of green onion. Very herbaceous. A lot of green onion in here. Ooh, you gotta try this.
Noodles, got a lot of sauce in here, green onion. Go right in. Man, this is so freaking good, man. That crispy, like, whatever this is, a pork belly, so good. And you have that nice warm noodle with that sauce, slightly sweet, extremely good. Lots of green onion flavor. This is a star of a noodle dish. And now we have what they're known for, the sui caos. Nice, fluffy exterior. I think they use a lot of egg in this. They probably coat it with a lot of egg. I know they do that a lot in Cantonese cuisine. But let's bite into it, see what's inside. Oh man, they fill this thing up, man. Tons of pork and shrimp in here. Love the skin. It's like just falls apart when you eat on it, and tastes almost exactly like a Chinese sui cao to me. I mean, there's Vietnamese influence in here. I think with the sauce, just a little bit sweeter, but yeah, just as good, if it's not better, as a Cantonese sui cao from China. It's good.
Try the wet mee sui cao. Oh, let's try the noodles. Oh yeah, it makes the noodles much more comforting. Instead of like coated in oil, it's coated in the noodle, some of the like the soup oils, but more of the like the wet soup. So it's much more, I'll say it makes it like less dense. It's just more comforting, like it's more slippery. That soup is so comforting. Tastes very healthy, light. Just a lot of like the meat, maybe pork broth, and some of their seasonings. But oh, let's have some more of this boiled sui cao. Huge piece of shrimp in there, fresh shrimp. Shrimp in Vietnam is delicious. No like odor from it. But the thing about these sui caos, they load it up with filling and meat. It's like a nice eggy wonton coating on the outside, but it's just super densely filled with proteins and meats. Again, the sui cao is a star, but these two dishes are pretty similar, dried and wet. Personally, I usually prefer a dry noodle. I like the flavor on it, but I think here I prefer like the soup noodle because it's just so wholesome. And there's still like the pork belly in here. Still crispy. It was fried beforehand, but they just threw it in the soup. Yeah. So ActionKid was saying that he's had like Chinese sui cao. This is somewhat of a fusion. I'll say the difference is because like these fried shallots, onions or whatever on here because a lot of Vietnamese people use that for like flavoring, like the fried like little bits on top, and the fried pork belly, like that has like a Vietnamese flair as well. But the sui cao, man, that's the star. But yeah, and you can tell this is a Chinatown, guys, because there's a bunch of people around us speaking Cantonese. But yeah, not all Vietnam looks like this. It might look like it in charm, like some of the buildings, but we're definitely in a Chinatown right now. Chinese characters everywhere, and we're having Chinese Vietnamese food. One of the best sui cao dishes I've had. Very comforting. I would say though, the only caveat is like the sui cao itself is very natural. It's all about the meat, so whatever sauce you want to put on it, it's not too flavorful by itself, but it's amazing, well made. For the value and everything, we'll tell you guys the price after, but 10 out of 10 dish here in Vietnam. It's kind of light too if you just get the regular noodles, like it's not too heavy. But if you want something more fattening, that fried one gives it a crisp. Salud. The wet noodle is the winner for me.
All right, we have the wet wonton noodles here with the sui cao. Nice egg noodle. Let's taste the broth first. I'm curious. Usually you can tell a good noodle soup from the broth. Very light. I can definitely taste some of that egg from the sui cao skin. I like it a lot. But as far as the ingredients go, we have some bok choy here. We have the sui cao, which is the pork and shrimp dumplings, egg noodles, and green onions. And we also got some fried pork skin too, and pork belly, which you don't typically really see in Cantonese sui cao dishes. So that's a really interesting item. I wonder how it's gonna taste with this though. Let's go right into the sui cao, the star, what they're known for, right? If I could eat it, it just slipped right out of my chopstick. This happens often in Chinese sui cao too, like it's hard to grab, and come on. All right, forget it, we're just gonna have to poke it. That's barbaric way. Yeah, this is so good. Slippery skin, packed full of pork, beef, and shrimp, and total with that noodle broth. Absolute winner, and definitely the best from this restaurant. Yeah, the wet ones definitely steal the show. They're the star. Let's try some of these veggies and the noodles. Super fresh egg noodles, light broth, lots of flavor. I love it, man. And this pig belly, so good too. This is an absolute winner of a dish, folks. This is actually my favorite from what we had so far. Better than the fried one and better than the dried noodles. And this place is definitely getting a 10 out of 10 for me. It's so much busier here now. Just take a look at the vibes of the street. This is such an interesting scene to see, like, people trying to get these guys off their scooter to come to their restaurant.
Yeah, this is so funny. So, like I was saying, each one of these guys have different shirts, and whatever car drives by or motor vehicle, they're kind of like pressuring them to come into their store. And it works, guys. It actually works. You know what the funny thing is, ActionKid? It actually works. I've seen it happen so many times.
It's kind of like the maitre d's at like Italian restaurants. Oh, look at this.